Om Sri Sai Ram, Om Sri Sai Nadaya Namaha, Om Sri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. Today, in the satsang, we will continue with Sri Saisatcharita, and we are on to chapter 9 right now. In this chapter, Hemad Pant talks about how devotees faced troubles when they didn't listen to Baba's requests or Baba's orders, how Baba tried to protect them. If they listened to him, then they had a good outcome from that situation. Whereas when they didn't listen to him and went against his word, then they suffered through some of these circumstances. So those are the kind of discussions that in the chapter 9 Hemad Pant talks about. So because these Shirdi people and people who ever visited him got in trouble when they didn't listen to Baba, they believed that the best thing to do is to obey Baba's orders. Baba knew which train will be late and where the thieves will cause a havoc, and based on that, he used to advise the devotees when they visit him. Tatya Patil once wanted to go to Kopargaon, where the weekly bazaar was held. Usually it will be held once a week. And when he wanted to go, then he came to Dwarkamai and wanted to take a blessing from Baba so that he can go there, because that's the usual custom at that time. And he bowed at his feet and asked Baba's permission to leave, even though he really wanted to go, but he just wanted to ask the permission. But Baba knows what is in the devotee's mind. Seeing that Tatya was in a hurry, he asked him to wait for a while. And Baba said that let the bazaar take place, don't leave the village. But Tatya was in a hurry. Then Baba tells him to take Shama along with, but Tatya won't listen to that. He goes alone and gets in trouble. Similar incident happened with a European gentleman. He wanted to see Baba and get his blessings, but for some reason Baba won't let him come inside Dwarkamai. He was asked to stay in the front courtyard of Dwarkamai. He felt kind of rejected and wanted to leave. So Baba tells him not to leave. But he leaves against Baba's wish. He gets into an accident and got hospitalized. There were so many circumstances like that. So there were so many instances like that. People began to have fear and apprehension. They began to obey Baba's wishes. In some cases, the wheels of the carriage came off, and in some cases, horses got tired. In other cases, they missed their trains, and they didn't get anything to eat. And like that, there were so many difficulties they had to face. On the contrary, those who respected Baba's wishes, even though they went late to catch the train, but still it worked out good, and they had a pleasant journey and remembered it throughout their lives. So this is how, when people didn't listen to the Guru, these kind of things happen, because we want to believe that sometimes Baba told us to do this or do that in a mistaken kind of sign that we get from Baba. and we think that that's Baba's blessing, and then later on we get in trouble. So we have to be careful in how we interpret uh, the Baba's blessings. Hemant Pant then talks about household needs to serve the saints and how Baba went around for alms. He used to beg in the 5 houses. He wanted to take away the sins related to the Panchasoonas, which means the sins that are committed when preparing the food. The one who surrenders body, speech, mind, and wealth at Sai's feet, that kind of devotee is deeply loved by Sai. Without the 5 sacrifices, the householder should not eat the food, because if we don't understand what we are getting into by eating this food, and we have to suffer through the consequences. Every day, Baba would go to 5 houses and remind the hosts about doing the Atidhi Yagna. So, an unexpected guest coming to your house, that person is called Atidhi. If we invite people, they come to us, or if we invite people for Anadana, that doesn't count as Atidhi Yagna. People who come unexpectedly and hungry, those are the people who can be called as Atidhi. So the persons were really fortunate who could sit at home and earn the punya. These people are those people who, after performing the Panchamahayagnas, ate the remaining food, were saved from the terrible and unknown 5 sins called Panchasoonas, because the sins were burnt. These 5 sins are the result of everyday activities and in preparing the food. In order to be free from these 5 sins, a householder has to perform these 5 Mahayagnas. Let's see what are those 5 Mahayagnas. Brahmayagna is kind of reciting the Vedas and listening to the scriptures, learning about Gnana. All those things are called Brahma Yagna. And Pitru Yagna is offering food by encircling with water, and you're offering these to Pitru, the forefathers and ancestors. Deva Yagna is offering food to the deities, and Bhuta Yagna means offering food to all the creatures. And Atidhi Yagna, we already talked about it, offering the food to an uninvited guest who may come to the doorstep. Baba gave us a simple solution to get rid of these sins, and that is to offer the God first this like a naivedya before we eat anything, or we just think about God, think about Baba before we put our first meal or first rice, whatever you put it in your mouth. Sometimes people wonder whether God accepts the offerings or not, because we offer them as a naivedya to gods. Baba proved so many times that he accepts from every devotee when they offer anything to him. Baba Sahib Tarkhad story is one such incident where Baba proved this. Once Atma Ram sends his son and wife to see Baba. The son was worried that his daily worship of Baba will be interrupted. Then Atma Ram reassures his son, saying he will take care of the puja and prasad like his son was doing. And usually it was told that Atma Ram does not do the idol worship but agrees to perform puja for Baba. He does the puja and prasad every day, similar to what his son was doing. But one day he forgot to keep the prasad but did the puja. Then Baba tells his wife, who were in Shirdi at that time, that he could not find any food when he went to their house. Then the son understood that some kind of mistake happened. So, and he writes a letter to his father, what Baba said. Father also realized that and asked for Baba's forgiveness. Then the father also writes a letter to son about this mistake. So they both exchange the letters and realize the miracle that happened and how Baba was omniscient about every issue that goes on. So Baba kind of blessed the whole family. Once Mrs. Tarkhad fed a dog and a pig while she was about to eat. Then Baba told her, "Oh mother, you fed me today and you satisfied my hunger." Baba encouraged her to be like that. When she came to see Baba, she didn't understand what Baba was saying because she was living in somebody's house. When they offered her food, because there is a pig and then a dog came, she gave part of the bread, roti, to the dog and the pig. So that was what Baba was talking about. Then she understood after Baba told her. So Baba fulfills the wishes of each and every one of his devotees if they wish to offer Baba anything. He made sure that he got those items from them. So if you thought that I wanted to give Baba 5 rupees dakshina, then he's going to make sure that you will give it to him. Or you wanted to give something to one of the guards and then you visited the Shirdi, then you might not have thought that you wanted to give it to Baba, but because you said you wanted to give it to some other guard, he knows that. So he used to ask for that kind of dakshina also. And then later on they will realize that, oh, what Baba did was meaningful, and they will realize that truth later on. So basically in this chapter, what Baba is trying to teach is that he is present in all the creatures like a Paramatma. When you have that Atma Sthiti, you are everywhere. So he wanted to teach us that kind of thing. And in the end, this chapter also describes such incidents with Tarkhad's wife by asking for brinjal, and when she sent sweet with a person named Govindji also. So Baba asked for those specific items because one of the devotees wanted to serve that to Baba. The essence of these stories is that one should perceive God in all living beings. This is also acknowledged by all the Shastras, and we also have to know and realize that God accepts our offerings if we can offer them with pure devotion. So all in all, in this chapter, what we have to learn is how to serve our Guru and how to listen to Baba when he gives us some kind of indication, but not to take it in a wrong way also and interpret it in a wrong way. Because whenever we interpret it in a wrong way, we make mistakes. So keeping that in mind and taking care of the Panchasoonas, thinking about Baba when we eat first time in the day, or like each meal before we put it in our mouth, it's better to think about the Baba. So by doing this, we can escape from the sins that could be acquired from the preparing the food. So keeping that in mind, we think about Baba all the time, and Baba will bless us like he blessed Tarkhad's family and other devotees. With that, we will conclude this satsang today. Om Sri Sai Ram. Om Sri Sai Nadhaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Sri Sainatharpanamastu. Om Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai.